to the stream. Should we back up?
See?
But yeah, we're good. We are good. I apologize. That
Even
is.
YouTube doesn't want us to talk about this movie.
Oh my god. On my night too. I'm fucking it up for myself. That's the worst part.
I think Zoom doesn't want to talk about this movie.
Oh my god. All right. Whoever would like to go, please go ahead.
I'll go. I have a scene.
Yeah.
It was a one of those twisty scenes where you were like, oh, I wasn't expecting that. Um, it was essentially when Mark is meeting up with their I don't know, financial advisor person, that lady, in the restaurant, and she's having to go over all of the, financial decisions about we need to protect the estate and deal with these book publishers and make sure everybody gets their fair cut and nobody gets gypped or whatever. And she goes, so first let's start with the condo in Paris. And then Mark's like, what the fuck? What? And then that was like, oh, okay, this is gonna get good, right? This story is gonna, this is the start of it. Now we're on for the ride. I mean, later on, it doesn't really accelerate anymore after that a whole lot. But I really liked this scene in particular because, I'm trying to put myself in his shoes. If I had a spouse that died recently, and then you start to find out secrets that they kept from you after they died, I would be fucking pissed, you know. I would want to know more, and it's this person left me, and then they kept secrets from me, right? That would be devastating. So yeah, that scene in itself was just it was powerful, and it just felt very, very real, and then for the audience it was very unexpected. So yeah.
So I can't remember if that's kind of spoiled or not in the trailer. I assume none of you guys watched the trailer. You just went to it. Yeah. Because that's kind of our deal. But yeah, I can't remember if it's spoiled in there or not. But to me, this movie has those kind of good little twists for you.
Yeah.
Can we talk about the twist for a sec? Where that's kind of the first one, right? Is go to talk about the finances, and you find out, oh, BT Dubs, he's got a place in Paris, and it's when did he get that? Last year. Interesting. I just read this letter. Paris, awesome. All these wonderful things are happening. All the clues are just kind of falling in my lap. And then I think the big surprises of finding the present and seeing the people remember it just kept getting harder and harder to see. But those were the twists that wasn't expecting with anything of you see these situations play out where it's your lover is leaving you or found somebody else, and there's some big confrontation or some rundown or something happens where shit hits the fan, and it just kind of never quite hits the fan. And I it's never. It's just
Really
it never.
funny.
You know what I mean?
No sense.
And
It's when shit hits the fan, but it never quite hit the fan.
It's just it freezes before it gets to the fan, but the fan is still spinning. That's what.
it just falls short.
Yeah.
So yeah, you don't really get the big punches of what it's all leading up to you typically would, and I think that's where the grounded. Everything about this feels so real is because it doesn't go into being over dramatized, dramatized.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's
Go ahead.
that almost shit hitting in the fan thing.
Right? That's all I got for the night. Can't say words now.
It's got you all dramatized.
Yeah.
Dramatized.
I got all, self-conscious thinking about karaoke, so. Words is hard.
But I just wanted to like add to that too that this is really the only time in this entire movie where you actually like get this this like rush, like this energy of like, ooh, like the story is like it's unfolding now. Like we're finding out more clues about this history between these two guys. Because like everything after that, just kind of falls short in the sense that there's no more like unfolding of things, right? Like we do meet Luca, the person that he was having an affair with, and then like we do see the condo in Paris or apartment or whatever. Um, but it's like, but like that was kind of like anticlimactic. Like we had kind of already expected to see that. I wanted more like unfoldings of things, and we just like I just didn't get that. Because I felt like the rest of the movie after was just Mark. It was just him, like, and it was just watching him learn how to deal with this, rather than um, us like getting like a big story. Which to Jen, like how you were saying earlier, like I think that's why you like this movie so much, is because it's not this like big theatrical like um drama performance. It's just like it's a realness about like this is what would actually happen to someone, and this is how they would actually feel in this situation. So it's like I get that, but I just want a little bit more. Want a little bit more like oohs and ahs and being on the edge of my seat when I watch a movie. So yeah, so that's why I bring up the scenes, because it's really the first and only time we kind of get that like ooh and ah kind of reaction. Hey, there's Lucy, Lulu, Lucy Lou.
Lucy. Hey, miss.
I talked to her a little bit on break. She was.
She was napping over here. She's got a little bed in the window.
Yeah, she's one of them now.
She's trying to
One
hunt
of
down
them
my.
desk cats.
I love it though. I really want to get her a
Yeah.
cat tree, so she's just chilling in that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah. Are you hopping down? Are you hopping up?
And that's all I have to say about that.
Sorry, I'm trying to make sure she's there. Okay, there she goes. I'm still trying to keep an eye on her and make sure that she's not doing anything that she shouldn't do.
Wait till you have kids, Matt.
My God, she is. She's literally in my blind spot. She's directly behind me, knowing that I cannot see her.
Yeah.
God, she's a little hunter. You're gonna kill me in my sleep someday, aren't you? I swear to God, she's a little ninja. Like she is so quiet, and all of a sudden, pew, she bolts. Anyway, yeah. Any other scenes that you guys want to hop into?
Wow, they're really. You guys' eyes are just like.
Okay, can anybody tell me which Real Housewives it was? Like I didn't immediately recognize it.
Recognize it as Housewives.
Well, because correct me if I'm wrong. They have? I felt like it was like American Housewives, right? Like it wasn't like some British version of the Housewives.
Yeah, I think it was American Housewives.
Right? Like
That looked like a fake reality show to me. Like
It was
like it was
not-
filmed just for the movie. You know.
could have been.
It was not New Jersey. I could tell you that right off the bat.
Yeah. Hey.
Why?
Oh, I know that one.
Oh.
He is very familiar.
I don't know if that's information you want to tell people, Brian.
Teresa, Joe Judice, all of them.
That's right.
That's a good one.
I think I'm Beverly Hills, where it's
That one, and I didn't get that.
Lisa
Oh.
Vanderpump.
Yeah, that's Vanderpump and
Yeah.
what's her name?
It doesn't matter. It's Vanderpump, and that's all. That's all you need.
No, man. Oh well.
I truly
think of
can't
it.
remember. Although is
I've
it?
got the brunette. She's
it
been on the show for years.
I want to say it's Lisa Renna.
No, well, Lisa Renna is the skinny model one.
Like I know she shows up at a certain point, right? Like,
Wow,
if that's
what
what I'm
is her
thinking.
name? I think she just got a divorce from her husband.
Did what is her name? She's also the sister, the blonde sister, Kim, and then her name is.
I feel like I know who you're talking about, but I'm. This is where my names fail.
I almost said Denise Richards, but that's not it. But Denise Richards is
I
on
think
the
she was on
Housewives.
it. Yeah.
Kyle something.
Kyle, yes,
Yeah.
Kyle.
Nope.
Yeah.
I think I can picture exactly who you're talking about. Isn't one of them that they just got divorced from? Is it Kelsey Grammer?
And then you also
No,
have the one that has the fake ass accent. Uh, Dorit.
Oh. Okay, that name is bringing back memories.
Yeah.
Dorit. Oh yeah.
I gotta rewatch the show, guys.
Okay, I've never seen The Real Housewives. What is it about? What is it?
Housewives of
Real
the Real.
House.
It
It's about Beverly Hills is like you're seeing. It's like their lifestyle.
What is it about? Is such a loaded question.
It
because
really
it's about
is.
nothing.
Okay,
It's a reality show.
what is it? What do they do?
It's
Here's
a
the
reality
formula.
show of a bunch of rich women who get together and find ways to fight each other.
That sounds so stupid.
And then they go to lunches and they make up.
For now, but I'm gonna hold this grudge forever.
They have competitions with how much they spend at a child's birthday party.
That too. And then they also always go on like an extravagant vacation together as a group where all hell always breaks loose.
When the drama gets too much, they go. Or they stupidly plan a trip together.
Yeah.
That's when all the drama
We're
goes.
going to go to Bali, one of the most peaceful places on earth, and fuck shit up.
I love it. You gotta watch. You should watch it. Give it a go.
Jersey is amazing. It's like 19 seasons.
I don't think I've seen
God.
it.
Oh man, that thing runs deep.
Is it a bunch of like Guidos and like Jersey Shore folk?
Yep.
Yeah.
With like
Well, that's why you like that,
a
Brian.
brother and sister, and they end up marrying other people, so it's like all like in the family type deal, and there's so much drama. Literally a table's flipped from Teresa.
To kind of bring us back to the movie, I think this is why I enjoyed this movie, because I love reality TV shows in general. Like, I'm all about the Married at First Sight, the Housewives, Love is Blind, Paradise. Like, I love it all. Perfect Match, any type of reality TV show, I'm all for it. So
We love.
Yeah.
I love.
I like how we
that's
keep
probably
finding
why you
things
like
about the
this
movie to talk about that are not actually about the movie.
We're just talking about our lives, but that's the point of what this stuff is for you too. It's like therapy, which is I recommend. Like, if you ever do want to watch this again, try watching it in doses instead of all through. Like, take moments to pause, reflect, and see how you feel.
The biggest problem that I had with this movie is there were no scenes to write about. I didn't write. There were no head scratchers. There were no nitpicks. Like it was such a noteless movie because the content just seemed so irrelevant to me. Where I'm like, I don't even know what I'm going to talk about tonight. I was hoping you guys had some type of driving factors, but we've covered karaoke and housewives, so I'm thinking the material's minimal tonight.
Okay. So here's something that I'm curious about, and I wanted to know more about Thomas. I felt like there's a lot more going on with him that we don't really explore. We get a lot about Soph, and we get a lot about Mark, but Thomas is just kind of like that. Yeah, he's got problems too.
Well, did wasn't it mentioned that Thomas and Mark dated like 15 years ago,
Yes.
and then now they're just friends, right?
For
Yeah.
a year.
Yeah. So like, what's that history? You know?
Well, and they dive into it a little bit where they kind of talk about it was like, yeah, it was hell. We moved into this place and like it was absolute trash. It sucked. We found what was it? Their first day there, they found a homemade dildo in the bathroom or some craziness. Like, which to me, that's somebody's actual life experience. Nobody just comes up with that. Like somebody either told you that story or it happened to you. That's
Yeah.
way too specific to like not be somewhat true.
You're not wrong.
So freaking nuts. But yeah, I like they touch on it a bit, and I kind of get the impression that Thomas still has feelings for Mark. But I don't know, because early on they start off with his character, and it's him going back to, I cannot remember what his ex's name was.
Terrence?
No, that was Sophie's
Oh, that
guy.
was Sophie.
I don't think we ever see Thomas's guy, but it's his ex. It's like someone with an A. I don't know why I want to say like Adonis or something. Atlas. I don't know. He had one of those kind of like godly sounding names. And I hope somebody looks it up and tells me what it actually is. But he kind of has this obsession with him. It's like he's trying to get back with him. And then we find out that the guy's flaunting his new relationship in front of him, and like there's some serious things going on with Thomas that they don't really address at all. And like this guy's he's lonely. He does not feel loved, and he's not feeling loved by his friends. I think that's why it boils down to like at the end when he's like, "You just disappeared. She woke up in a freaking bus stop, and I had to find her in the freaking police station in a foreign country." Like it, he's got some stuff going on that they don't talk about, that they don't really address. And I like what's anybody's predictions about like what's going on with this guy,
With
Thomas.
Thomas. Yeah. Yeah, I guess we just don't really know.
Go ahead, Jed.
I definitely think he is struggling with letting Mark go, and he's doing his best to just like maintain a friendship, but I don't think that's helping him in any way. And I think that he's actually very sad, and it's sad. He's like the Eeyore of the group. It's just like, you poor thing.
Yeah.
I think a lot of them have struggled with letting go in general. And I don't know, I think he got stuck. He just got stuck and didn't want to branch out away from that comfort. Especially like, you think about like 15 years ago, maybe they were around like 16, 17 years old, maybe. So it's like you're still developing at that age.
I think you said it was about like 38.
Yeah, that's right, 38. And my math is terrible, so I could be way off. Maybe it's like they're older.
Early 20s, probably.
Early 20s.
Yeah.
But you're still like developing yourself then, and if you clung so tightly to that one person, and in hopes of keeping that relationship kind of alive, then you're hurting yourself and not growing into like the person you could be.
Yeah. That's a good point. It's well said.
Thank you.
Yeah.
What did you guys think of
experience?
Well, it's clear that Thomas still loves them and still loves Mark, right? Like he's still, even though if they're friends now, like he still has a deep love for him as a friend, if not more. But
I'd say it's more the idea of what they could have been, the idea that he
mhm,
had in his mind, and not the actual reality of it, because he's actually very sad.
yeah. Mm.
Sorry to cut you off.
No, you're fine. Um, I kind of have a new thing, kind of just talk since we're talking about the relationships of this. Um, the so Mark meets this French guy. Do you guys remember what his name is?
Theo.
Theo.
Theo. Theo.
Theo.
Um, so like they first meet, and essentially, I think Mark gets his number or something. But then Mark goes to France and then randomly sees him, right?
Yeah, I
He,
thought that too.
he reached out to him.
Did he?
It's in the dialogue.
Oh, dang.
They show him on his phone looking at the text from Theo, and then does he say something, Brian?
He said, I wondered if I'd hear from, or I'm surprised that I heard from you, or I didn't think I'd hear from you, or something that indicated that Mark reached out to him.
Oh, okay. Well, I must have missed that. I was like, damn, how'd you guys like that? Must be fate if you just bumped into each other in a whole nother country.
Not
Of
only
all the
that,
karaoke bars and all
yeah,
the
at the karaoke bar where they have private rooms, so it's like the odds of them running into each other at that point are like Vegas odds.
Well, I think he's like peeking through the window, or not peeking through, like staring through the window.
Mm-hmm.
He's being a creep.
Yeah, like stalker. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely alluded to that he does reach out, but
Yeah.
Mm.
Hi.
well, what did you guys think of that relationship?
I mean, was
I
there
didn't
one?
care- I didn't care.
It, so when we first meet Theo, it's at the art show right after he reads the letter, I think. So he's just kind of got slapped in the face, and then he meets this guy, and I think he does okay. But the literal next time he sees this dude, kisses him like immediately. But
With a blue tongue.
yeah, I did think that was a fun interaction. But go ahead, Jen.
I like their conversations together,
Yeah.
because I think, I don't know, for me personally, like, what's your favorite color is just such a boring way to know. Like, it's like there's no substance, and I feel like they were just very open emotionally.
Yeah.
Do I see it lasting forever? No. But I think they could be friends.
Yeah, they do open up pretty deeply about their past and like their like sad parts about them pretty early on.
I'm just gonna say the first time I met Jamie for coffee, I dumped all my shit on her.
Did you
Really?
really?
Like,
Oh, for
like,
sure I did.
So like
So
first date or like first time seeing
this
her?
is the first time, like first date, really.
First
Like,
date,
this
yeah.
coffee date, and like yeah, like I absolutely dumped all my stuff out.
Wow, and she never left.
She's well, she left today, unfortunately. But,
It took her 3 years. Just kidding.
yeah.
I love that, Matt.
No, I'm not saying that's a great tactic. Trust me. Like, I have my regrets, sure, but at the same time, I'm like, sometimes you need to just let it all out to somebody that is new, and I have my reasons that are much different than Mark's in this situation. But I think it's exactly what he needed. Where Theo was this really great guy of like he was a listener. Like he was all about being there for Mark, which is what he needed. His friends couldn't do it because they're going through their own shit and they're trying to deal with their own problems, and everybody's dealing with their own shit. So he needed somebody, and this guy was positive. Like, he wasn't judgy. He wasn't. It wasn't a negative experience. But he just listened. He just listened, and he supported. Like, I really liked the move of taking him to the art museum, where, in encouraging him to get back into painting. Like, he has no idea what this guy's skill level is unless he's familiar with his illustrations because of the book and everything, which is very probable. But he has no idea what this guy's skill level is of anything, and he's like, paint. It's what makes you happy. It's something that you love. Just do it. You got to do it. Like, very encouraging, very positive. But go ahead, Brian.
My only issue on this whole thing was it was like a flash second in the movie. It's basically kind of like, well, we always had that one night together, and that's pretty much it. Like, after that, he's if I'm not mistaken, I think we don't see him again, or until like maybe there might be one more time, but I think this is already proving my point. Is you're making it seem like there's going to be like some type of connection here, and it's just it's a strike of a match, and the match is out.
Go ahead, Jen.
I don't know. I kind of like it because, like, they get super deep with each other. Like, they're not just having just mundane conversations.
Mm-hmm.
And so it would make sense that they would, like, see each other and then separate. That's like the processing part of it. But if you were to see them like every single day, that is heavy. I would think that would be extremely heavy because they're able to get deep with each other and, intimate on that level. And so, yeah, I kind of like that they weren't clingy because that's gross. We don't like that.
Well, to throw this out there, like, I think that the relationship was still beginning, and it may not be like boyfriend right off the bat kind of a deal. Obviously, he's based in Paris, and he's in, I don't know where. I'm not going to try and guess. I'm sure it's somewhere obvious, but geography is bad with me, I know. But he's not in Paris, so.
Matt, you're good.
Thank you. But he is re-entering the art world. He's releasing these paintings. He's in a gallery and everything, which is what Theo does. Like, he goes to these things. He's involved in the art world. Like, he's got to have connections if he's getting security guards to open up art museums after, hours for, hey, I like this guy, like, so I think there's still the possibility that these guys are in each other's lives. It's slow, but at least it's a friend that you can communicate to and talk to openly and freely. So it may not be a sexual relationship, but it can still be a relationship. Go ahead, Brian.
You brought up the paintings. What did you guys think of Mark's paintings?
In all honesty, I thought they were fine. Like, they were good.
They were fine.
They were good, but I wasn't like overwhelmed by them. They
were borderline.
They're very good. I thought they were very good. I like the realism. Like, I've been trying.
Julie Shern, I'll tell you that.
Julia is fantastic. But I was trying to figure out why Oliver, the painting of Oliver, is done in blue. Like, the palette that he uses for Oliver is very interesting, and I haven't quite figured it out.
What are you talking about when he's shirtless and he's got the necklace on, or?
Yeah, the painting at the end. It's like it's all blue.
Like the backdrop is blue, or like
no, like it's all blue. Like, he is blue. It's done entirely in blues. Like, I'll try and pull it up, but like
the last painting was Mark.
It wasn't the last painting. It was of the paintings.
You said at the end.
At the end of in the
Getting
movie.
snippy with me.
The end of the movie. I'm not getting snippy.
Wow, Jamie goes away and you see the real Matt, huh?
Now I know why Jamie's not there this week.
Now I know why your cat's stalking you. Get him, Lucy.
Is she actually around? Did she come back in? She walked away from me. She abandoned me.
She walked away from me. Sorry. Anytime someone's like, always, I'm like, I know.
This. Yes. Okay. This. It's like entirely blue.
Oh, okay.
This.
Now I know what you're talking about.
Shit,
Yeah.
blue.
Like I've been like his lips are very pink and everything
Yeah,
else
and
is
it's just-
blue.
The entire painting is his entire yed.
What?
You don't get it?
Oh my god.
Nick, you don't get it? You're dropping all these references? You call yourself a fan?
Wait, inside your yed? Entire yed? Is that what you said?
That's how Blink-182 pronounces head.
No, I know that, but I didn't know that that's what you were saying.
Anyway.
He's got a blue yed.
Blue yed.
Yes. So like there's it's very good. Like I mean like looking at it, it's a very good painting, but it's not a painting that I want hanging in my house, and I don't understand why he's blue. Like it's good, not for me.
Well, blue is sad.
I imagine there's a million different ways I could interpret why blue. But
Blue is usually like a calming thing, like a calming color.
No, it's
That's why, like in hospitals, like in waiting rooms, they'll paint the rooms blue because it like eases it eases guests who are there to like slower their heart rate. You know, if they have someone in the hospital, it's like calmer. I don't know.
maybe. Well, okay, so with that in mind, why is Sophie in red or burnt orange?
That matches her personality.
She's on
chaos.
fire.
She's on
spicy.
fire.
She's spicy.
Yeah.
Okay.
chili pepper.
Well, I want to talk about her a bit because Jen, I know you said that she's kind of your favorite character, but she kind of annoyed me. There was so many times where her personality, I could tell, I'm like, you're putting this on because you're running away from something. Like it was very clear that with everything that she was saying about Terrence and the breakup, and it was like, you are putting up front, this isn't real. Like, cut it out. And it was getting really annoying. But she has her moment and she lets it out. Go ahead, Jen.
Yeah, I like that because I think we go through things. Well, we go through things and do things without recognizing why we're doing them. And I really truly believe this was that for her because she'll get real. She has no problem saying that she messed up. She has no problem apologizing for it. So I think in that moment she was being real. She wasn't being fake. She was being honest. Like she's just like, oh, this is what I'm gonna do. It's like the going into fight or flight. You know, like even though it's over a relationship, the stressors are still the same. The reaction is still the same. She's a flight instead of fight in some situations.
Yeah. So how did you feel at the end when it's kind of revealed they got back together? Like I liked them together. Her and Terrence, like every time we were seeing them as the relationship was growing, it's like, oh, there's they good things. And then it crashes.
No,
Do
I
you
thought
really
it was
see Terrence like once or twice?
We see him quite a few times. He's at the party at the beginning.
Oh, I guess. Okay.
And he's at the gallery in the end.
But yeah, so like the gallery in the end is like the only time I actually remember seeing him.
He just kind of pops in, but they also talk about him a few times where it's like, oh, how are things with Terrence? And it's like, oh, blah 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 blah. Like it's all the
Yeah.
good things. But
Hmm.
yeah, it was nice that they got back together. But I don't know. I do worry about her because,
Height risk.
well, she just, I don't know. Do you think the bus stop police station was like rock bottom for her? Like that's the one that's like it's kind of clicked it all, because if I'm not mistaken, it sounds like she's completely sober. She does not drink. So she is abstaining because, oh shit, weren't they like taking drugs at a certain point? Yeah.
He was on Molly and wine, and I
No,
was
I
like,
thought they were
ugh.
popping E in the karaoke bar.
Isn't Molly technically like E or like a,
It's a pure.
yeah.
It's 100% MDMA, whereas E is like a press pill combined with stuff, so it's not as good.
So you want the Molly is what you're saying?
Yes, Molly is better.
So they were doing Molly in the karaoke bar.
Probably.
Yeah, well, someone mentions like, oh, she's on wine and Molly,
Mm.
so
Oh, I think, yeah.
yeah.
Well, with that in mind too, Homegirl, what an odd group. I felt really uncomfortable for Thomas when I don't even remember his name, sits down and just like immediately touching him, like hand behind his neck and everything. It's like
Oh, yeah,
that was
guy.
like he gave him the kisses. Like, dude, who the hell are you? Like, I get like, okay, maybe a French thing, but like at the same time, who the fuck are you, dude?
He like fed him his wine.
It was all weird. It was all really uncomfortable. I felt really awkward for Thomas.
This is the restaurant, right? When
Yes.
Yeah.
the restaurant. So the weirdest like camera shot was when that guy sits down and immediately starts like rubbing his back.
Yes.
And then the camera is like focusing on the hand rubbing on the back, and then like their heads are kind of like off to the side of the screen. I'm like, they're filming this in a way to make it uncomfortable for us,
Yeah.
but also uncomfortable for Thomas as well.
Yeah. Oh, so uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But then you've got the lady friend who is just, this poor woman is chain smoking nonstop.
Yeah.
She is inside puffing on that vape like it's no one's business. They step outside, she immediately has a cigarette in her hand. Like, I don't know who or what has hurt her, but she needs some love in her life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's like I said before, like a lot of these characters, a lot of what they do is stuff that I can't relate to, but sure, but a lot of how they feel, I definitely can understand it. Um, and that's kind of really it. Like that's the as much as I get from them.
It's just a really odd group to go karaokeing with and like taking Molly with. I don't know.
Yeah, like we're old, we don't do that kind of stuff.
Is it weird to any? Well, oh God, hell yeah! I feel so old. But what it like? Was it weird for anybody else? Like how fast she found a date? It was like they were in one room. They're away for 10 seconds. She's like, by the way, I got dates. We're all good tonight. It's like, you didn't leave this apartment. How did you do that? Who do you know?
I don't remember that.
She swiped right.
That's actually very probable. She is kind of an expert on the dating sites, right?
Mm.
Oh my God. That's probably exactly what she did.
You're welcome.
Yeah, all right. Simplify.
Yeah, because she was trying to get a date from Mark, right? She was trying to get him to make a profile or something on a dating app, right?
That was when she was still with Terrence, though.
Mm.
But maybe she just never got rid of her. She just like inactivate.
Yeah. Mm.
Deactivate? Deactivated. Right. Brian, anything like I feel
I got
like
nothing, guys.
yeah, no, it's just like I'm getting the impression like is there anything that we just want to talk about like about this movie? We don't need to stretch this thing out. Like it's all good. It's just a fun conversation. There's no time restraints. Like
Actually, Brian, let me ask you this: what
Sure.
would you have liked to see more in this movie?
Likeable people.
okay.
Sorry, if I don't like you, I'm not interested. I'm out. I'm out.
Well, okay, let's rewrite it. Let's start with Mark. How do we make Mark better?
Mark
Well,
wasn't bad.
Yeah, I was
Okay.
gonna ask you. Do you like Mark, right? Like,
Mark wasn't bad.
Okay.
yeah.
He was someone that was going through a tough time and finding his own again, and even as he's trying to grieve, finds out that what he's grieving about wasn't even as real as he thought. So I mean, that's tough.
Mhm.
That's a lot. That's a big, tall glass of water to take down. So I didn't think he was bad. He wasn't that bad. And I thought Levy played his character really well, honestly.
Okay. So who do you hate?
Just about anyone else at that point.
Okay, fine.
The friends just seemed like they were just or like they were following Mark for the money and all that. They had that we're rich mentality and personalities, but they are not rich, which is always very strange. It's like you're rich because you're piggybacking. You're not rich because you're not rich. Plain and simple. Yet you act like you're part of the elite and you're with the crew and all this stuff when I don't think I watched excited for Thomas, who apparently paid 1,500 in euro for the karaoke, but is bitching about how he paid for it and demands to get it back, which tells me none of these guys are rich, yet they all act like they are, and they just have these like pretentious attitudes. Um, Sophie is kind of hit or miss. Like you like her, and then all of a sudden she gets on your nerves, and then you like her again, and then she gets on your nerves. I think that's just kind of the character arc that you're gonna get from her. And then Thomas, I just didn't care about. He's just like whining little snivelly little bitch, and just annoyed me. Um, and
This is why I say poor
don't know.
Tom, as I worry about the man.
I don't know. I mean, there's the other ones. I was kind of interested in Oliver, and then he died, so that kind of sucked. But yeah, it just guys, I don't know what to tell you. Like, it seemed like everyone around him were just really poor personalities, and I don't I don't like fake. I never have liked fake. I cut fake out of my life as fast as possible. It's how I've always done it, including even like when I went to high school. Not a lot of people liked me. I wasn't gonna fake a friendship, so I just did my own thing. But I don't know. It just wasn't it. Go ahead, Nick.
So it's something that's interesting to me is with movies when you have characters that are kind of like either meant to be unlikable or if it's just up to the viewer if they personally don't like that character, right? Like I'm sure writers will make a character that's supposed to be hated or supposed to be unliked by the
Right.
audience,
But
but
with that, you at least have a decent storyline going on, and
so it's like you're still interested in this
exactly.
unlikable character, right? So you're saying that like these are characters that are not meant to be unliked. You just personally do not like them,
Most
right?
likely, yeah, because Jen was head over heels about them, and it's just clashing personalities, I guess. I don't know.
So even though you don't like them and you wouldn't personally hang out with them, you also still just could not be entertained by anything they said or did.
Correct.
Okay, that makes sense.
And the story was boring.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Fair enough. All right. Um, quick thoughts on the red letter.
Jen is looking at me like
Well, you kind
she's
of
like
called
trying
her
to
out for
get
like,
inside my head or something. I don't know.
Oh, no, no, I'm thinking if I should share what I'm thinking, but I don't know if it's the time and place for it.
Is it
What's that
about
to
the
do with?
movie or?
Like, it just makes sense to me why I enjoyed the movie so much because I could relate a lot to these characters.
Mm.
Like I said before, it's like different scenarios, but definitely going through like the same thing for sure.
So Jen, so you're not bothered by the thing that Brian's bothered by, which is essentially the like pretentiousness or like snootiness of these characters. You're more into the like the real life issues that these people go through. Like you don't see like pretentious or like normal or poor or whatever. You're more focused on like how are these people internally feeling. Like I
Yeah,
don't care how much money they have. I don't care where they live. I don't care um uh like their personality traits or whatever. You care more about how they're feeling because we all have these types of feelings, right?
yeah, and I think that might be why
This is interesting.
Tiki you see them as like being fake because yeah, they have this glamorous life on the outside, but in the inside they're all really hurting.
This is bringing up an interesting point. I think I'm also really realizing why I'm not really into this movie. Testing the room here. Zero being absolutely nothing and 10 being the worst, or I'm sorry. Wow, I just went right into paramedic mode. I'm sorry. Zero being absolutely nothing and 10 being like all time like super empathetic. What number would you guys give each of you for empathy that you have?
Oh,
Like empathy, like to give to other people, or
Correct. That
oh,
you consider yourself an empathetic person.
mm.
9.
Yeah.
Like on a
I
scale of
know,
one to
Jen,
ten.
I feel in your way up there.
Yeah.
Nick,
Oof. Now we're getting existential. Uh,
What's existential?
Matt, do you know?
I would say depending on the day, like between a 7 and an 8.
Yeah, okay.
yeah, I was thinking like 7.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm about a 1 or 2, and
Mm.
that's
Is
if
that
you
a good
catch me
thing or
on
a
a good
bad
day.
thing?
I just my empathy has always been pretty much non-existent,
Mm.
and when I was watching this movie, I'm like, you need a lot of empathy to get through this thing, and I just do not have the surge power for it. And I think that's another main reason why I didn't like the movie is and it's like any type of these movies that literally like require you to just have this empathetic drive always almost instantly like a light switch just turns me off.
Okay, follow up question. So Brian, do you like whether it's movies or real life? Do you just have this expectation that people should just have their shit together all the time, or at least like on the surface look like they have their shit together all the time?
That's kind of a loaded question. Let me see.
Well, you said your empathy level's 1 or 2,
Right.
so
I expect if someone wants to bitch and complain about their life, then get off your ass and change it.
mm,
I don't, but other people are like, no, we need to figure out why they're feeling that way. I'm like, no, they're mad about their life. They're mad about something. So shut up, stop bitching, and do something about it.
mm,
Again, I think the reason why I do that is because of my own personal life and how I've overcome several obstacles that have been thrown my way, but that's because I never rolled on my back and said, please help me. I need people to help me. I said, no, I don't need anyone. I'm going to figure things out on my own and do things on my own. And I'm not gonna become like the way that certain things are, dictate who I'm gonna be. I'm going to create my own path and do my own ways, you know?
yeah,
And I think when you walk that road, you tend to have a way of looking at people like, well, fuck you, because if I was smart enough to do it, why aren't you?
Mm. Okay.
To be fair, I think on some level that's part of the message of this movie. Like when they're on the Ferris wheel and they're talking about it, like they say it's like we need to do better at being better. Like we need to hold that responsibility to ourselves and do better. So it's like own your shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do think that like people handle these things differently. Like there are people who thrive on like community and social help, to get better. But there's people like you, Brian, who are you're mentally capable of being strict and self-disciplined to get through things on your own, right? And I think both are valid. Um, and I think it's also important to just recognize that not everybody can cope with things or deal with things the way you do.
Yeah.
I think it's important to understand that everybody copes with this stuff and tries to figure this out differently from one another. Um, and so, I think just for the sake of this movie, Brian, I would say, yeah, you may not agree with how they bitch and complain and how their life's a mess or whatever, but like maybe just like understand that like that's just how they are going to figure it out, is that they need people to do that with. Because at the end of the day, we all want the same thing. We all want to be happy and we all want to have our shit together, right? But it's how we get there is a personal thing, and I think if we can just all understand that we all do it differently, I think that alone would just help and be better.
Mm-hmm.
And like I'm not judging you for saying like no,
Yeah.
I deal with all this myself. Like I know how to get off my pull my bootstraps, whatever, and figure the shit out myself. Like I don't judge you for that at all. Like that's just how you do it. Um, but I think it's also important to recognize that other people do it differently. You know, so
Yeah.
and this movie definitely deals with the group effort of trying to get their shit together. um, like Matt was saying. So like I do the same thing. Sometimes I like last week I was all of the stuff that I was dealing with, it was more internal. I just needed to like have a moment with myself and deal with it myself.
Mm-hmm.
But there's other times when I'm dealing with something and I talk to my best friend for 2 hours. It's uh, like there's no right or wrong way to do it. It's just doing it and getting to that end goal of being better and and having your shit together. That's what we all want. So I'm glad that this movie is bringing up this point because that's important.
Yeah, also, I don't think it's up to us to like judge if somebody is a mess or not. I think we should all stay in our lane and focus on ourselves and stop comparing, because I think that's exhausting us because we feel like we should be at a certain level and point in our life, all because maybe like 70% of people our age are at that same point, but you can't force it, you can't rush it.
I think it's don't be afraid to ask for help, but know that the responsibility is on you to make a
Do
change.
the work, yeah,
Like,
do the work that's
yeah.
necessary.
Well, and in like us as other individuals, we shouldn't take on the responsibility of having to fix other people. Be willing to help if asked, but we should not have to fix you.
Yeah, yeah, that's good.
And I mean, and that's the other thing. It's not about really judging people per se. It's more of like, what would be an
Just
example?
don't understand
Two
it.
different people walk up to a grocery store, and outside this grocery store, there's a homeless person. There's going to be two different thought processes that go on instantly of that homeless person, right? One of them, let's just say one of them being me, and the level of empathy that I have, I'm not going to feel sorry. I'm not gonna start posing and questioning. I wonder what happened to this person. I wonder how they got here. I wonder what they're doing. I'm not gonna do anything like that. because that's just not how I'm built. Someone else, maybe say with the empathy level of say my wife or my sister, is gonna look at that person and they're gonna start to wonder the complete opposite. They'll probably feel bad that someone is sitting out there homeless without a home, and wonder, oh, maybe it's because there's reason A, B, and C as to why they're there. And I don't know. It's just I don't think it's judging at all. I think it's really comes down to what type of empathy level you have. If you're there to feel for people's pain and whatnot, then obviously you've got a high empathy level. Where me, I've never had it. I don't know if it's just not wired in me, but I mean, even as a paramedic, I see some pretty fucked up shit in the world, and a
Yeah.
lot of times I'm like, it it sucks that you're in this position. I'm here to help you, but it doesn't eat me alive the way it would eat someone else alive.
Yeah.
There's like if people were to see some calls that I went on, they would have nightmares trying to figure out like how bad they're feeling about, the family that just happened, or the traffic collision that they just saw, or what have you. So go ahead, John.
Um, I do think there needs to be a balance of things.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm kind of like I'm with you when it comes to certain like homeless. I do think it's like you kind of test that person. Like I've had you can see the ones that are like clearly they don't need anything.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like those people, yeah, you're not getting a bit, but it's like when you're seeing the effort, which is what this was displayed in, at least I did. I saw the effort that these people in this movie were making, trying to better themselves, trying to figure out what they need best and how they can even help each other, like how to fill their cup and pour into others. It's the effort that I will always empathize with.
Mm.
But if you are doing nothing, then yeah, there is zero empathy coming from me. Because at that point, it's like you've made your bed, you've decided to lie on it,
Mm-hmm.
and not get up. Yeah. But when it's true effort, which I really do think these guys displayed, I can't help it. Soft spot. It's a weak.
Yeah. I you're making me think of a time my mom, she was walking into a grocery store. She saw a homeless person with the sign that said like hungry or like need food or something. And you're
Right.
like, "Oh, you're in front of a grocery store. Perfect." So my mom, she went in, did her grocery shopping, and she bought him some bread. I think she bought maybe some other stuff to like make like a simple sandwich or something. But
PB&J.
yeah, maybe something like that. But I remember her specifically saying bread. And she had the bread. She came out of the store and she went to give it to the guy. And he said, "No, I want money for food."
Mm-hmm.
And I was like,
But you
and
don't.
my mom was like, well, I have food right here. Like, I saved you time. Like, here's some bread. Like, everybody wants bread. Um, and so, like, yes, my mom was like feeling, she was being empathetic towards this guy to help him out, but he was not making the effort to like accept her help or anything. And then that's when you like, okay, well, this guy's not going to put in any effort to like better himself or do anything. So then like your empathy, my mom's or just whoever is giving, their empathy level would go down, right? And it's just, yeah, like you said, Jen, there needs to be a balance there where like people can still feel for others and whatnot, but then like everybody's got to put in their part to make it happen. Um, but that shouldn't like discourage people from still trying and feeling for others. If they're in that situation, you just learn like not to deal with that guy again because he's making effort. So it's an effort on everybody's part, I think. Yeah. So
To quote High School Musical, we're all in this together.
yeah.
Um, anything else you guys want to talk about with Good Grief? I mean, this is
Quote
good.
Fast
This
and the Furious. We're family.
Yeah.
is a good one.
I mean, but I feel like the second half or like the last third of the movie, it's just I don't know. It just kind of nothing. Not a whole lot happens. It's just like yeah, some conversations happen, and I guess he kind of deals with it a little bit, but that's just kind of about it. Nothing really too much.
I'm a little disappointed with how simple the conversation is with Luca. Like it just doesn't really get into the relationship much. It's just kind of very
Yeah.
blah 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 blah. It's like, why were you so special if you were? There was gonna be talks about you coming into this relationship, and you're saying it was like, oh, it was no big deal. We just kind of hung out sometimes. We got this apartment because it was great. Like,
Also, Mark tells him to leave. Like, wouldn't you want to talk to this guy to like find out more information to kind of learn about what their affair was or what their relationship was like?
I mean, I could believe it being too difficult to hear the truth in that
Yeah.
moment where it's like it's already getting all these truth bombs laid on you. Like, hearing it from the horse's mouth is going to be probably tough.
Well, so then what's the point of us like watching this movie if Mark is not gonna like
How have we gotten
Mark is
here?
not gonna like ask the hard questions and like really figure out like what he's feeling, what this affair was.
Why even
I
bother
think
watching this movie?
That one was
Jeez.
unintentionally for you, Brian.
Oh,
Jeez.
just praise right there, buddy. You're preaching right now.
Jeez.
But like, do you get my point though? Like,
Yeah.
if Matt, you're saying if Mark is having like, oh, like that's too hard of a real thing to talk about with this Luca guy, then it's like, well, then what are we doing here? You know?
I agree with you in the sense that yes, I said I want better dialogue. I want more dialogue. I want more powerful dialogue. Because what happens is fine. We get the moments. We get the idea. But this is where it's like, drop us the big speech. Lay it on us of my husband this and this.
Juiciness. Give us the
like,
info.
yeah,
Give us the
like,
deets.
I mean,
Yeah, you know what it needs?
let
It
it
needs
out.
some Aaron Soderbergh.
It needs what?
you said the name, but I
Aaron
can't.
Soderbergh.
I know the name, but I can't picture a face, and I can't think of movies.
Oh man. Now you got me. Is it Law and Order?
Ding ding.
I think he like writes Law and Order. He wrote The Social Network, I want to say.
Matt, that was way too quick.
Yeah.
Doom, doom.
He wrote Social Network. He wrote.
What was that wrong? He said Law and Order. Dun dun.
Or no, it's not Law and
That
Order. What
was-
the hell was it?
Hmm.
Or was it a? Oh man, I gotta look it up. It's killing me. I think it's a political show. It is.
I'm trying to look it up. So, Law and Order is Dick Wolf.
Oh, hang on. Maybe I'm thinking of two different Aarons now.
You're thinking of Aaron from The Office.
Okay, maybe so Aaron Sorkin wrote
West Wing.
The West Wing. He also wrote, oh, this is who I was thinking of. He wrote A Few Good Men,
Okay.
Trial of Chicago 7, Molly's Game.
Yeah. So this guy's capable of a good speech.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. I just like something
I
like
know Soderbergh.
we never get the big punch from Mark, right? Like it doesn't have to be like a breaking down of Luca. It doesn't have to be anger per se, but at no point does he let anything out. Like it. Give us the big speech. Give us this big, powerful love conquers all kind of a thing. Like, I mean, okay, let's ask the real question here. If you were in Mark's position, how would you feel about Oliver? I mean, you were with this guy for what, 10 years, married. You've been working together. Like, I mean, you've had your entire life together for the last decade with this person, and then you find out that they were going to leave you right before they die. Like, it's an impossible situation to put yourself into. But I don't know. I'd be pretty pissed at the person, but like that there's a lot of love there, and it doesn't negate it.
I think I would throw a few plates and cups and smash them on the ground.
Oh, I'd be pissed. That's my point.
Yeah.
Is like I'd be pissed. Like I'd let out some anger. I'd say some words at the very least. Go ahead, Brian.
Well, the problem here is it's actually two-tiered, right? So tier number one would be he finds out that he's going to leave him. And then so if you get that, it's like, yeah, you're upset, but you're not like super devastated yet, right? Tier two is when you find out that there's basically been a secret life that you had no idea about, with the secret affair that you had no idea about, which means now for me personally, the whole mad thing kind of goes out the window, because now I'm looking at this entire thing as, well, none of this was real. And so now it's just like, I just need to pick up my stuff and move forward in life type deal, because it's weird. It's like the minute you find out about that hidden life that he had no idea, and that there was an actual affair going on, like there's a big difference between I'm leaving you for someone else versus the person that I'm leaving you with is because I've had an affair with him. There's a fine difference between those two, where it's like you're doing the honorable thing by saying, on the first one, by saying, hey, life happens. I somehow, some way fell out of love with you. I don't know. I can't predict these things. I have no control over my feelings. Therefore, I have to end this, right?
What?
But going the coward way and having the affair and basically just dumping all the fuel to the fire at this point, that makes it completely different. That is like a whole different change of emotions, and how you're gonna handle this, and and the feelings that you're gonna have towards the person.
There's the factor too that they were in an open relationship.
Mm-hmm.
So like technically, he wasn't leaving him. He was changing the dynamic of the relationship. And like I'm just saying, like that's another thing to think about. But that's another thing to think about, right? Is like there's all of that, and Mark had agreed to, yes, an open relationship. He admits, and it's like, it's not because I wanted to, it's because I was afraid he was going to leave me. Mm. So like that's something to remember. But they were in an open relationship, and technically, Oscar. God, now I'm questioning his name. Oliver didn't technically cheat, but I mean it's the secrets, the getting the apartment, all of that kind of stuff. Like as a married couple, that's when it's really not okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And God, like why isn't he more pissed when he finds out? Like I think at no point does he ever let out any anger. And I don't know. I feel like that's not everybody has outbursts, but I think everybody on occasion needs an outburst.
Yeah.
Like
a good cry to follow too,
Sure, but there's a reason we have the demolition rooms or whatever the hell they're called, where you just run through in your safety suit and bash the shit out of everything with a baseball bat.
I was thinking about that like 5 minutes ago.
Rage rooms, that's what they are, right?
Yeah.
Like there's a reason we have these things. Like it is satisfying to break something, to destroy things. Like, it feels good. It's a release, and like sometimes you just need that, and Mark never really does that. I think that's why part of this movie isn't very satisfying for me. It's like everything's being hit, but just feels like you're kind of wrapping a bow on it.
Well, and it's nothing to Dan's acting. It's just I think the character is too it's too he's too mellow. Like he's too too okay. I don't know. Like but it's almost like the character is still holding things back and just not letting things out.
Mm-hmm.
But like it's like the entire movie he's processing, right? Whereas like the processing part should be like a third of the movie, and then another part should be like kind of like the was it the 5 stages of grief or something?
Yeah.
Like hit those marks like in the movie. Otherwise, like make if you're gonna write a story like this, make it a series. You know, make it like a
God
eight.
no.
Well, no, I'm saying make it a series to where like you do hit the right notes of like the 5 stages of grief or depression or whatever you want to call them. But like you have episodes of like confused of what's going on, and then you have episodes of processing, and then episodes of anger, and then episodes of like resolution, and then episodes of moving on. Like this movie just doesn't do any of that. It's just kind of flat. It just needs more of that dynamic of human emotion. That just it stays too flat in this story to me.
The ending is very low energy, and it's nice that everybody kind of gets like their happy ending, right? But it's kind of I maybe it's not happy endings, it's happy new beginnings. But it's just kind of like I said, they just kind of wrap a bow on it. They don't really give anything that's very satisfying. They have their moment in Paris. They come back. They all make their big changes, and life goes on. It's just not satisfying.
Yeah. Well, it's like I said in the beginning. It just feels like a story that someone's telling you on the couch. Like it's not this like
Tell us
campfire
again, Grandpa.
It's not like this campfire story that has like a slow beginning, a exciting middle, and a exhausting end or whatever.
This is the kind of story where you're sitting around the fire and like
Everyone's
most of the
asleep.
people have kind of fallen asleep. There's like 3 or 4 of you sitting around. You know, it's quiet. Nobody's really saying much, and somebody just kind of out of nowhere, and then this guy erupts with, well, you know, one time, and just brings out the saddest damn story in the middle of the night. Everybody's like,
this one time my husband left me, or died, whatever.
Sniffles, huh? Yeah, my wife had the sniffles.
What is that? Is that from something?
I don't know. It could be,
Oh,
or it will be. Who knows? Yeah. I'm. Anything else? Anything else for Good Grief?
Brian's like, good grief, this is over."
I know, but like I'm sure he's satisfied, but is everybody else?
Yeah, I think I've said everything.
Okay.
Honestly, yeah.
I assume it was Brian and I who wrote notes, and Brian didn't write many notes, if any notes, that weren't fun facts and things. So,
Well, Matt, did you write stuff? Did you get everything?
for the most part, all of my stuff kind of like happened at the beginning, and we've brought it up. I hit all my quotes earlier, just dropped them all off. Yeah. The only other thing that I didn't talk about was the red letter, and it was just this was kind of it's that trope where it's the last thing that somebody wrote to me. You know, it's like, oh, it's that voicemail that I didn't listen to. It's that last letter they wrote. It's the birthday card they didn't. You know, like there's always that thing. So you kind of have an expectation of what it was going to be, and then you read it, and like I actually was like I paused it. I had to like go back and pause it because it's like, one, I'm a slow reader, and two, it's like I need to make sure I'm reading everything that this thing says. Um,
Oh yeah.
and it was an unexpected twist. I was like, oh, whoa. Like, of all the ways to find out, like, sure, but like I was not expecting it to be in the letter. So that was a big twist.
And the fact that he waits a year to open it.
Oh, it's just like the biggest dig, right?
Oh,
Yeah. So the
When that letter popped up on the screen, like I got lost in space for some reason, and then I realized I was like, oh wait, this letter has been on the screen for a really long time. I probably should start reading. Oh, now it's gone.
Gotcha.
I was like, damn it. I was like, oh, I'm too lazy to rewind it because that means it would make the movie longer.
No, I mean I like to make sure that I read all of that stuff, which
I
is
know,
the unfortunate
yeah,
thing
'cause I'm
because
like, man, that's probably important, but
well, it often like ruins the vibe of the movie because it's like I'm wrecking the flow by pausing or going somewhere.
yeah.
So it's a pain, but I gotta read it. I gotta know what it said.
Mhm.
But all right,
Yeah.
who won the movie? And then we get to move on to next week's pick, which is Jen's. Jen, do you have a pick for next week?
So I'm debating because it was gonna be go to the movie theater week,
Oh.
but then I don't know if I wanted to. I don't know. I was getting like, oh, I don't know. Can we do that? I don't know.
I would like to say that my friend who is a stunned person is in the movie that I believe you really want to go see.
Ballerina?
Yes.
That's
She
pretty cool.
she is the one of the stunt women. I think I'm gonna say it. She's one of the main. I'm gonna say it, she's the main stunt woman for Anna de Armas. She's all over this movie. So I absolutely want to get out and see it and support her.
Oh.
So
Okay. Mm-hmm.
I'm saying if that's where you're leaning, I would love just another excuse to go see this movie, but I want to go see it for my own personal reasons.
Ooh, Matt, can we go? Can we go? Can we go together?
I am alone this week. When you free?
Yeah. You want a date? You want to go out?
Good. We'll go see a movie.
Let's go see a movie. Yeah. No, Jen, if you want to go, if you want to do a theater week, do it. Yeah, we'll make it happen.
Okay, let's lock it in.
All right. We'll get to that. We still have to do who won the movie, but
Yeah.
no, sounds good. All right. Who would like to go first for who wins the movie? I am happy to do so. Wow. Okay. The wall ready to go.
I'm like so curious what Brian's gonna say.
Did you want to go first?
I'm curious what I'm gonna say. I think it can't be Dan because he wrote the damn thing. You make a good case, Matt, for and it's one thing that I also noticed too, where I'm like, well, this movie's really boring, but at least there's some cool things to look at. So I got to give it to cinematography. The cinematography of this one really does stand out, and by far stands out more than anything in this movie. So
That's actually also my winner too. Was the cinematography?
interesting. Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there are definitely a couple of like city shots where I'm like, ooh, that's good. I mean, you're using the city. The city itself is gorgeous, but the way that you're capturing it.
I feel
Well,
like
it's not even that. It's also the color palette, like the color choices that they use too, are just like warm tones, and it looks nice.
No, I'm referring to more of like, oh, it's when they just got done with the restaurant and they're walking and it's like the cobblestone
Mm-hmm.
and they've got the trench coats and they're walking away and I was like, that's just old timey. I really
Yeah.
like it.
Yeah.
there are some good, just like beautiful composition shots of
Yeah.
them doing that. Yeah.
Yeah,
I-
just like I said, capturing the beauty of whatever city they were in.
I feel like the apartment at certain times, I'm like, that's a fake apartment, like for how close it was to the for the Eiffel Tower.
Mm.
I was just like, there's no way. There's no way. There was no way. But beautiful. It absolutely love the cinematography. So, Jen, did you have different who won the movie?
Love.
Not love, not love. No, just tiny human experience wins the movie for me.
The what?
Human experience.
Oh, okay.
Tiny humans going through human things.
Love
We're
it.
just humans doing what humans do.
While being human.
I think I'm gonna give my honorable mention to Dan for writing, directing, and starring. He does do an amazing job, and without him, literally none of it would happen. But I'm gonna have to agree that the best thing about it is certainly the cinematography. I think that it's beautiful, the way that they use the camera for different feelings, for like I brought up with the steady cam versus shaky cam, the color palettes when they change for like past to present kind of a thing. I really like what they do. I think the cinematography is damn near perfect, and unfortunately the script could use a little more fine tuning, but still overall very good. All right. That's a wrap on Good Grief, if I'm not mistaken. It's over. It's done with. Once again, you survived one of Matt's picks that has maintained middle ground. So, not sorry. You're welcome for expanding your movie-going experiences. And I look forward to my next pick that sends us this wild. But we'll see how it goes. In the meantime, tune in next week to hear us chat about the one, the only. Actually, if I'm not mistaken, there's two. There's two ballerinas, right? Like, it wasn't originally Anna.
Oh, John's having second thought.
She's afraid to lock it in now.
Well, okay, Jen, give us the final answer.
Well, okay, just because like this one was like pretty heavy, and so I feel like maybe I should just go with the comedy that I saw on Netflix, just to keep it light, because I don't know what to expect, and plus, like, I don't know how I'm gonna feel, and I don't know. It's a 7-mile walk to the theater for me,
Okay.
so I really have to like think about it.
Is that what your pick is dependent on? Is how
Okay.
far you're gonna walk?
Let's put a.
Do you want 24 hours, Jen?
I was gonna say let's put a time limit on this, where we will say that we're gonna lock in your Netflix pick, your comedy. We'll lock in your Netflix pick, and you have until whatever day to change it to ballerina if you would like. If you don't, we're sticking with the Netflix pick.
When does it come out?
Ballerina, I believe it's already out.
Yeah,
Is it?
It's already out, yeah.
Yeah, it's already out.
Came out last week, I think. Well, I guess it's Monday, so yeah, it came out last week. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
about June 4th.
does that sound fair?
Yes.
Okay. So, what is the cutoff day for when we could go to the theater?
I'll know tomorrow. Just
Okay.
because if you give me too much time, it's gonna be too much.
Okay,
So-
cool. So,
I'll know-
all right. 24 hours to confirm whether the pick will change or not. But with that being said, what is next week's pick streaming on Netflix?
Maybe.
Asterisk.
Parentheses underscore baby.
We're like the Thunderbolts now.
But it would be Get Hard.
Get Hard streaming.
Okay.
Is that the one with Will Ferrell and
And
Kevin
Kevin
Hart?
Hart.
Hard.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Get Hard streaming. God. I'm already seeing the amount of just laughing at Get Hard references next week. But there it is. All right. So tune in next week or find out tomorrow or Wednesday on our Instagram at good.flickas whether we are changing to ballerina or not. But we are currently locking ourselves into Get Hard streaming on Netflix. Tune in next week here on YouTube at GoodFlickas to hear us chat about the movie, and stay tuned to see if it changes. You can also send us an email at goodflickas2020@gmail.com. Let us know how we're doing. Give us some advice, and just want to share a nice comment. We'll take that too. Other than that, thank you for checking out Good Grief. Sorry for the technical difficulties, all the funniness, but that's live television and podcasting for you. Shit gets wild and crazy, and good grief. Let's just end this. Brian. Brian, go ahead and close us out, sir.
Do I have to?
I already stole good grief, so that was my thing. He's got nothing. He's got nothing.
I love when Brian has like the microphone on his forehead. He's like,
thinking.
Yeah.
Guys, life can be hard sometimes, and when the going gets tough, just go to a karaoke bar. We'll see you next week.
I could have sworn you were gonna say when the going gets tough, get hard.
Yeah. I had that line. The going gets tough. Get hard. That's gonna be like someone's yearbook quote.